Welcome to another episode of Fill in the Blank Podcast. I'm here with Christopher Rourke.
Hello.
So, Chris, do you know what we're talking about today?
The ability to be in the movie Inception in real life.
Are you telling me Leo DiCaprio is going to be affected in my life?
He's here.
Where is he? Is he under the table?
In our dreams.
Leo's always with us. So, Oneironautics is what we're talking about today, and it's definitely a giant word that makes me think of astronaut immediately. So, what do you think about when I say Oneironautics?
It sounds like a weird nautical term to me.
A nautical term?
Yeah, aeronautics.
Like navigating the stars?
Well, that too, maybe. I mean, I'm thinking more like... It sounds like something that a sea captain would say.
Arr! Oneironautics.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, Oneironautics actually refers to the ability to travel within a dream on a conscious basis. Such a traveler in a dream may be called a oneironaut. Imagine being able to go into someone's dream.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Who would you go into their dream? Who? You're the freaking Sandman, basically.
I don't know. I really don't know because I don't have this ability. I've never really sat there and thought
You
about
know,
it.
you know where this was actually seen, and
Where?
you've seen it. SpongeBob. He was traveling into other people's dreams.
That's right. Yeah, but he was messing everything up when he would go into them.
Oh, maybe that's what happens. We're not meant to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to think. When are we ever going to be able to actually function and be able not to mess anything up when someone's constituting what their own experience or dreamlike state is? Their sense of serene or peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How long
it's
until
strange.
an outside force turns it into a nightmare?
Pretty quickly, because as soon as you lose control, I'm sure your brain freaks out.
So this is actually different from lucid dreaming because this is the intended of a specific action rather than exploring. So lucid dreaming is like realizing you're in a dream and then being able to explore. This is like you're intentionally going in with a certain action. Like, I'm going to go into this dream to get rid of this monster. Like, you know you're going to do that. Not like, I'm getting chased from wait a minute, I'm in a dream right now. I can just easily teleport out of here. Bam! That's lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Now, the intended action, I'm going into this dream to get rid of this thing to never happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds more like Final Destination, like Armageddon.
Yeah, exactly.
Like where they're patching up to go up to the comet. It's Armageddon style. Bruce Willis is going into your head, not Leo DiCaprio. We've moved on.
Bruce Willis is coming.
So metonomics is a symbol which helps you to remember something, which is used to remember message subconsciously. So being able to remember what your intentional goal is, you use mnemonics.
So like every time I think of like an ear of corn, like this is my goal.
So, well, no, basically what you think is like you're implanting a subliminal message into your own mind or something that would let you know like, hey, you're in a dream right now. Mm-hmm. So like this is what you were intended to do, and then next thing you know you're going to remember like maybe leaving yourself a note in a locker in one of your horror nightmares. The next thing you know you're running through the thing and it says check locker to your left. You check in there's a crowbar in there. The intended action was to use that crowbar to chase that killer that's always been chasing after you.
Yeah,
you finally got him now.
Exactly. Show him that you can beat him with your bare fucking hands.
Leo DiCaprio, you've saved my life once again. So within one's dream, a lucid dream is one in which the dreamer is aware of dreaming and may be able to exert some degree of control over the dream's characters, narrative, or environment. Early references to this phenomenon are found in ancient Greek texts, but one within the dream of another, which is oneironautics, is the idea of one person being able to consciously travel or interact within the dream of another person, known variously as dream telepathy. Imagine, dude.
Now, how does it happen, though?
We're going to get to it, hopefully.
Because, like, dude, that's what I'm anxious for. Like, I want to know, like, is this a real thing?
Is it like astral projection? So
I don't know.
You can, like, project yourself out of your body. You think maybe meditating into someone's mind, or maybe?
But, I mean, think about it. Like, how many times in your life have you mistakenly gone into, like, you've had the same exact dream as a friend? and like you're like, dude, you were in my dream last night, and they're like, no way, you were in mine, and it's like
Maybe that's a coincidence, or maybe you guys were Oneironautics.
you can never.
But these are in people that have like a skill to go into that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a sixth sense, or is that just a focused skill?
Well, there's definitely some stuff that we don't know.
You probably got to take like DMT or something.
I'm looking to find out how the fuck it happens intentionally because that is interesting as shit.
Well, telepathic lucid dreaming or telepathic dreaming has been explored in the realms of science and fantasy fiction. In recent works, such an interaction is often depicted as computer-mediated psychotherapeutic action, as in this case The Cell and Paprika, as well as others through the direct intervention of another sleeping person, as in Deception, Dreamscape, or Waking Life. The concept is also included in the fantasy series The Wheel of Time as an ability called Dreamwalkers that are able to use. So it seems like it really relates to in fiction movies. You can't really see Oneironautics being performed in real life. It's kind of weird to think. Maybe there are people that might have a certain ability to enter your dreams. Like have that machine, this one goes in your mouth, this one goes up your butt. And then you do it and it's like, wait a minute, that one goes up your butt and that one goes in your mouth. You're like, oh God. So a trope in such works of fiction explores ramifications of whether the sleeping protagonist should enter the sleeping brain of another as opposed to allowing another individual to enter one's own brain. The entering of another individual's brain often results in unpleasant surprises depending upon the mental state of the host or the preparedness of the guest. Now, another movie you might actually know with Oneironautics is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. Because he's not real.
Freddy Krueger is going into people's dreams and killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that. But see, they brought him into the real world and into their reality.
Yeah.
But he was affecting other people's dreams. Do you think if people started becoming Oneironautics, like there's this thing out there, there'd be a law that you couldn't interpret or go into someone else's dream without their permission?
Probably make it.
That's got to be a major breach of privacy.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think. What's the one place you have all your dirty and like wonderful wisdoms that come into your mind? Is in your sleep, man.
Yeah. Well, it's in your brain, and your brain is just nothing.
But now the
itself.
one place you feel like you can be private, you can't be anymore because I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think sometimes I feel comfortable in a dream being private. I feel like I'm dreaming about somebody and they're doing something I want them to do. I feel like they're subconsciously having that same like. Someone dreamed of me doing this to them or performing this action to them. It's like, oh, hello.
They wake up the next morning and they're like, dude, that Robbie guy's pretty weird, man. I don't even know why today. I just know it.
That's like, when you walk by him the next day and then you're like, I know what you did last
exactly,
night. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what you did. You know. We had a connection last night. We went to the movies and got a popcorn dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just you gotta think, dude. There's definitely, if people can start doing that, it's also seen in like sci-fi novels, like The Dream Master, which applies computer-meditated dream telepathy, and a psychotherapeutic setting, focusing on the protagonist's growing struggle to keep his balance as he enters the brain of a fellow psychotherapist who is blind and subconsciously destructively hungers for the visual stimuli upon which dreams largely depend. Now, there's not any more information on this Oneironautics article. So this is our whole thoughts here. Imagine we can build a machine to go into someone's mind, go into their dream state. Benefits from it. What are the list of benefits you could get out of that?
You could really improve someone's mental health because if they're dreaming, you know how you don't know all your dreams that happen?
Yes.
You have so many of them. Guarantee at least one or two of them are negative if you have mental health issues.
Yeah.
So you just go
that probably impacts you subconsciously.
Yeah, you go into those and you make them better. And then they come out more confident in the morning. You do this over and over again, eventually those dreams will never happen again. So you could improve someone's mental health. You could...
that might help kids out that are experiencing like a terrible nightmare.
There are kids that have diagnoses.
Hey, I'm going to go into your dream and I'm going to blow a 12 gauge into your monster's chest.
Exactly, yeah.
That'll stop that kid from being scared of that thing.
Exactly. You could show it monsters can die, and all it takes is
the
bullets.
boogeyman's in your closet? Give me 5 minutes. You just walk in there with a machete. Hey, Mo!
See, that's the thing. Like, kids have night terrors, and it takes them years to get over it, even with medication. It's like you could stop that in minutes if you had that technology.
Yeah, me and Evan actually touched on night terrors.
Yeah, I mean, So I mean, if you could just go in there and like whatever's scaring them, like burglar comes in the house, just have their dad go in and shoot the burglar.
Now,
I mean,
the
'cause that's what
benefit
would happen.
of what I just read was Dream Masters. So that was a sci-fi novel, and the whole idea was someone that was blind having that hunger in their head to see what everyone else sees, to experience what sight actually is,
Mm-hmm.
being able to go into his dream, because blind people still dream for some reason.
Well, they're human. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just the way
but
it is.
how do you know if you don't know what to think of? Like
People
to
who are
see?
born blind, I don't know. But people who developed blindness, I can understand that.
Well, imagine being able to go into someone's dream who's blind and being able to show them what you see. That visual stimuli, like, hey, this is what I saw today, and they just get to watch like a movie, like, oh my god, that's what a tree is. Holy crap!
There's a movie that
Stevie Wonder would know
You
if he was
still
black
need-
or not.
I think you still need vision for it, but there was
Do
like
you
this.
realize what I just said?
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder would be like, holy crap, that's what I look like. I look like crap now. I look awesome. I've aged well.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like there was a movie, I forget what it's called, but like they took like film reels of like people's experiences and could like have other people experience them. You know, like I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like
Yeah.
almost like dreaming, but it's like you record a hang gliding in your experience log here, and then you take that film clip and you play it on a special machine, and people can feel the stimuli, see it, all that stuff. I mean, if we could do that by going into someone's dream with like some sort of editor, like we knew how to edit a dream, just make it like for people who are blind or people who can't hear, play auditory effects in their dreams, and people who are blind show them what the world is. I mean,
how
that'd be
far
ridiculous.
until virtual reality is going to be like that?
I
Being
cannot
able to
wait.
experience someone else's dreams.
All they have to do is
like Chappie.
you know, like the Matrix, how they had like the holes everywhere to send impulses. All they have to do is that, and then you'll be able to do that. But I mean, that's a gray area question, because would you volunteer yourself to have those holes in your body if you could plug in and experience literally anything you wanted? You just upload it.
I think the one benefit someone should see out of this is if people with PTSD, they can't get over that dreaming of like the same scenario happening over and over again, being able to go into the brain in time, making them forget that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you could plug in and download something, you could just like legitimately, if you could plug your whole body in and download something, you could just legitimately download like the happiest moments of your life and just keep replaying them until you forget about your PTSD.
But do you think that's like, I mean, it's obviously a good thing to get rid of PTSD, but do you think like you've experienced those for a reason and those are what formed you? Like if we just forget all our bad memories and only remember the good ones,
Oh my
life
God,
would be
yeah.
a little bit blank, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
But
it may be fun, but it's like it's a false reality.
But it can be a actual reality too if VR essentially becomes a reality. Not even virtual reality anymore. Like this is just you plug in, it is another reality that we go into. And it's a huge open world, and you can feel everything. You could experience new things that you would have never experienced before, and you can create rooms inside of your virtual house that are just like you walk in and it replays a memory. So at any point in time, it's not good to just keep dwelling on the past, but at any point in time, you could just be like, you'll look through like a window or something and be like, you know what, that was a great time.
I would freaking inception into Elon Musk's mind and then steal his inventions.
That's not a bad idea, except he doesn't have them stored away in his head. He just kind of comes up with them on the spot.
Maybe he keeps a dream journal inside his dream.
You never know.
Technically, Inception, a real form of Inception, is someone's dream journal.
Well, because
You're reading their dream, so you're experiencing their dream.
yeah, exactly, and you also
But it's not in the moment.
not just that, but you also can manipulate their thoughts, because if something happens in their dream, then now subconsciously your dream is just a replay of your life in your own form. So I mean, like,
People write down in dream journals, right, to remember their dreams
I don't.
in case they forget later.
I don't. No.
That's what a lot of people do, I think, is they write down what happened in their dream in a journal to remember their dreams later so they don't forget it. Like, because some people, I mean, you don't really remember a lot of your dreams. You don't remember like 100% detail, but when you wake up, it's all fresh in your mind, so you write it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then later you can look back on it like, oh yeah, that's what I dreamed about. Imagine someone just starts erasing like part of your dream journal and writing stuff in there. Like instead of you kissing that one girl in high school you had a crush on, instead she dumped you and spilled like punch and pulled your underwear down in the middle of the gym. And
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly.
oh my god, this happened in my dream. What?
Well, that's really what like Inception was. You remember the one scene where they were trying to get someone to sign a business deal in their dreams, so that way they'd wake up and be like, you know what, signing that business deal would be a good idea.
I never saw Inception.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
Or did I? Someone just went into my mind and
wiped it from you.
wiped it. I like Leo and all, but I don't know. With Inception, I was like, this is going to mess me up for like a couple weeks. Like after I watched Interstellar, I was a little bit messed up.
Dude, but that was such a good movie.
Or did you know when they were on that planet for 7 years or whatever, every like hour on that planet was 7 years back on Earth? There's a small beeping every minute in the back. You know that's a year in Earth time? They added that in the movie. There's a beep every minute that they're on that planet, and that's 1 year.
That's ridiculous.
That's nuts.
How cool would that be, though? Like, you can just time travel. I mean, like, if you wanted to be selfish about it, you could just stay on that planet and just time travel.
Yeah, everybody would be dead.
Everyone that you knew. I mean, well, in that movie, yes.
Or the Earth, like, you're there for too long and the Earth is just, like, gone.
Well, and if that happened, you'd be like, well, at least now I know.
Now I'm going to go float through space.
Yeah. Well, see, if you stayed there and you were like, I'm going to stay here for 20 minutes. 20 years. I mean, well, think about all these shit that happens in 20 years.
How far until it becomes a Rick and Morty episode where we shrink down a spaceship and go into someone's brain to go into their dreams subconsciously?
No idea.
Dude, that'd be the good idea if they when people start getting chipped in the brain, like start getting that genetic chip in the brain, you're able to like hook something up or send a signal to send you into their dream to be able to get rid of their dream or bad dream.
You could.
But then how long until people start altering other people's dreams?
Almost immediately.
What happens if you were in somebody's
they'll put
dream?
ads in your dreams and shit.
That would happen too. They would governize the crap out of it. They'd commercialize all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean...
Can you imagine you're having a wonderful dream, like this amazing experience, you're about to get to second base with this girl. Let's call her Gina Cristalli.
Pay $7.99 for the DLC to continue.
Or Tampax. You get a Tampax commercial like, what the You can skip ad in 2 minutes. I'm ready now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready now. I'm clicking skip. Would you please take a minute to take this survey? You've won $100,000 off an Amazon gift card. No! I'm experiencing being on a beach with a Corona.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that.
Yeah, I want to be a Gina Cristalli, not Amazon Prime membership benefits. So anybody that wants to look up this episode of Fill in the Blank and get a little bit more information on Oneironautics, or look up Oneironautics and look up all the programs that they have online that actually can help you form ways into going into other people's dreams. Whether you want to experience that type of scenario. Me, I'm more than happy trying to control my own dreams, because I would just like to fly in every single one of my dreams and not be chased by Freddy Cougar with a giant claw. Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Fill in the Blank, and Chris, for the members of the Sleep Society out there, what do you have to say?
Keep on sleeping.